I can refer to so many things that happened to make that one point. The negligence, the police turning blind eye to the red flags. That's the main thing. For example, when the doctor submitted his own, right, about the timing of when the body arrived, I don't care whether the first or the second doctor now. I'm talking about the status, the examination he conducted on Mohbad.
Rotimi, are you there?
And he mentioned that, right?
Papa, I'm here. Good
Yes, please moderate for me. I'm coming. We'll let when which is done. Just continue.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
And when you mention all those things, and we are saying that the time doesn't correlate to the story of the nurse. The nurse came in on the 12th, right? At 2:30 or thereabout, right? And when the doctor now examined the body, when the body was rushed to the hospital, let's say 15 minutes or give and take 40 minutes or 1 hour. And the timing, if you looked at those timings,
and let this speak after Richard, because she's been trying to speak since, but her network, I don't know.
Exactly. Actually, she wanted to engage me. Thanks, my friend. And when I looked at that, I highlighted that the fact that this timing, there's something wrong. There's inconsistencies in the timing. And fast forward, the driver as well, giving his own narratives, right? And for that alone shouldn't stop the police investigating further. Hang on a minute, we're hearing the new things because the driver has never been called for investigation. It was only on the CTC, Ricardo. And for me, the police should have actually traced that driver and got his own story before even coming down to the witness box on the CTC submission. So I'm telling you, in a well-functioning environment, right, the police left so many gaps. And I'm still standing on that. There's no way you can convince me on that. And the excuse were, even when they were trying to remove the poor guy from the grave, the body was completely manhandled because they know what they were doing. There wasn't any preparatory aspect that, okay, let's be careful, let's be there. Apply some technical aspect that we don't lose any vital informations. And if you want me to believe in those two lab tests, for me, I did not believe anything in it. I can stand on my ground till thy kingdom come. Because there's no way we human beings, we don't have a 30-degree bend on our neck, right? We're not a snake. We know how our vertebra was built. And this guy has a broken vertebra, and none of the two of us picked her up. And you are saying now everything is done, everything is hunky-dory, because that's the line of thought, that's your line, that's the line you want to stay. And that's for you. And I said it the last time I engaged you guys on the IT platform. I even said it. I said, you are entitled to your own opinion. I didn't attack you. I didn't malign you. I didn't throw any jabs at you. Are you not coming here to tell me with the kind of level of education? What do you have? Tell me your degrees now. And let's name it out. For you saying all this rubbish at me. Back off, okay? That's what I will tell you.
Richard, please take it easy, Richard. Take it easy. I understand your angle of grievances. Papa says someone wants to talk. Ricardo, please don't respond yet. Is it Juices? Or Chemsy? Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Good evening, good afternoon, everyone. This is my first time ever speaking on justice for Mohbad, but I know everything about the movement. The reason why I came up is to engage with him, because he said there is a suspect, and I know you did not mention Wunmi, but everybody knows Wunmi is Baba Mohbad suspect, and you people suspect. I'm not in Wunmi, I'm not in Baba. But I can tell you for a fact, I've investigated this case personally, and I have a lot of, I'm not home, I can just, if I want to defend someone, I can just play up a clip of what you people have said, maybe 2 years ago, 1 year plus ago, because I know this case of it. So the reason why I said, why make Wunmi suspect when the government or the police did not make her a suspect? And I ask you, can you give me one thing that can point out for the public or the police to make Wunmi a suspect? That's my question for you in the comment. But you are not giving me anything. You're just saying the police did not do this, the police did not do that. I was expecting you to just say one thing that the police have to do that will just make Wunmi the suspect. Because the reason why I even came up was that I thought you people would have seen it, that the judgment and the what's this called, justice, Baba Mohbad, and some of the public are looking for is different from the real justice. If you are talking about justice, number one, to know. See, I'm a journalist, but I did not use my journalism to work, but I studied, I know about law, I know about a lot of things. So, first thing, if I'm a police officer and maybe Mohbad is my family, or he died, and I was appointed to investigate the case, they won't appoint me to investigate because they will think that I will be too emotional and be pointing at, like, making everybody a suspect. Number one, everybody use emotion and sentiment to destroy this case. Everybody. I'm not talking about, I first think maybe Wunmi, I don't know. But as time goes on, as I'm just looking at it, I'm not saying that Wunmi is like playing. I'm not saying that. Nobody knows for fact that maybe she had a hand in it or she did it. But with everything that is unsaid, that everybody can see, I can tell for fact that Wunmi can make we can't make Wunmi a suspect that he kills Mohbad until it won't be a video evidence that maybe we saw Wunmi, like a lot of narrative have been up. She stabbed Mohbad. She break his leg. A lot have been said. I'm telling you, I'm not a Team Wunmi. I've never in my life sit on any platform. This is my first time sitting on the platform.
Thank you,
I'm just.
Thank you. I think there's kind of use of English there. Okay. You know, when we say suspect, it doesn't necessarily mean the person actually committed the offense. 1 minute, please. 1 minute, Rotimi.
Richard.
When we say a suspect, BMC, you say you studied journalism and whatsoever, you know about the law. When you put somebody when you name somebody as a suspect, it doesn't necessarily mean until it's proven otherwise that person committed the offense. Are you getting the point? And you know very well, as a couple who live in the same house, if anything happens to either of the couple, right, in the house, number one suspect is the partner. So take that and leave that aside. Now we're talking about the 50 people in the house.
Okay. Can I defend that? Can I defend what you just said?
Yeah.
I don't want to forget my line of thought. Please, can you give me? See, why I said Wunmi is not, because everybody in that house is a suspect, even Adura. So my own findings, Adura is the number one suspect, if you want to look at it. Because it's your blood. Wunmi is a family. Wunmi can't tell us the real truth if, like, even if it's Adura that killed.
Sorry, baby, you are confusing us. Just you hold on, please. Sorry, you are confusing us. If everybody in that house is a suspect and you are exonerating Wunmi, make sense.
I'm not exonerating you. I'm mixing. I'm never. Did you hear what I said at the beginning? I said I'm not.
She said Adura is the major suspect because it's Mohbad.
Please,
Wunmi is relative.
I've known you. I know a lot of people on this platform, but you see, the reason why I don't want to engage you is because I don't want to insult you, because you always end your argument or engagement to an insult, to shout, to aggressive. So that's why I pick Richie. And I can even engage Rotimi because I know a lot of people. I can engage IT guy, I can engage, but you particularly.
Rotimi, please. Rotimi.
For Adura is a suspect. It's Mohbad's brother.
Yes,
He's a major suspect.
you're actually going to let juices. You're actually going to let. Hold on, babes. You're actually going to let juices engage this woman. The fact that she said she does not want to engage juices, please let juices engage her. Please, I beg you. Please.
You see, the sniper, you are a troublemaker. Calm yourself down, Baba. Glemsi, a simple question we're asking you. If you are making everybody in the house a suspect, but you are exonerating Wunmi, who is a partner, not to make it make sense. Leave. Hold on, dear. Hold on, Glemsi, just wait. That is what you said a few seconds ago. I want you to leave whoever you can engage. You can engage anybody, okay? Yes, just a line of it. Let's be patient. If they ask you a question, respond to it. Don't attack it personally. We are dealing with a subject, and let's focus on it, okay? If you are suspected the entire, let's say, 15 people in the house, excluding the wife, make it make sense because you excluded the wife, or if you didn't exclude the wife, explain further. Let us know what you are trying to say. Go ahead.
Rotimi, she has spoken.
You know, we had this discussion, Rotimi, last night on Papa's platform. Somebody asked that question. That who is guilty? Is it Adura? Who is more for a suspect? Who should be responsible for Mohbad? Is it Adura?
Just go back for questioning with her. Simple. Just go back and questioning.
Continue, please. Let her continue.
Let me say, okay. Let me take what I said back from the beginning. I'm not saying Wunmi is not a suspect, but Wunmi is the only one that is out there as a suspect. That's what I'm saying. And I'm saying Adura too supposed to be out there as a suspect because nobody knows the names of the 15 people, but what can I put it out there? That the most people that are close to Mohbad is Wunmi and Adura. The reason why I said, because Richie said that because Wunmi was Mohbad partner, and I said it's not only Wunmi should be the major suspect. That's why maybe the line of word I was using, maybe it's mixed things up. Adura and Wunmi should be suspect. I'm not exonerating Wunmi, or I said Wunmi did not kill Mohbad. Don't get it wrong. But what I'm trying to say is that the way we public and Baba Mohbad is painting Wunmi as the suspect, that won't get us the real justice. That is being like a selective justice that we want to make it to Wunmi. So that's what I said. That's the reason why I came up actually, because since maybe 2023, Wunmi has been the major suspect in the public eye, but she was not the suspect inside the real life, like in the real life of Wunmi is not the suspect. She's not the suspect. But the major public thinks Wunmi is the suspect. So that's why I said that if you want to go by because I asked Richie that, why do you think Wunmi is the suspect? You told me that it's because Wunmi is closer to Mohbad. And
it's not closer, it's the partner, not closer.
It's still the same thing.
Listen, the owner of the house, let me tell you this. The owner of the house, right, Mohbad, the second owner of the house is Wunmi. Yes. Okay? Get that straight.
Rishi, please.
Yes.
Baby, I know you don't want to engage me, but as a journalist, I know, don't worry. But I know, my sister, as a journalist, you said as a journalist that you are.
I'm not looking at the journalist, but
I'm not saying that you should answer me. You said Adura supposed to be the major suspect because it's Mohbad's sister.
I just think to myself that the way I put it out, the way I say it makes you people think I'm only saying Adura is the one that killed Mohbad. That's not what I'm saying.
Mohbad is different from suspect. That's what we are telling you as a journalist.
Yes, that's suspect. Suspect is you want to know what happened. Suspect is not. When you say someone is a suspect, what does that mean? That means this person will give us the key of what happened. That's what suspect means. If they name someone a suspect, that does not mean that person killed someone. So get that right. It's two different things. Being a suspect means they will nail you till you confess what happened. Then you can bring out maybe your accomplice.
And that's not the right definition.
Richard, please. Let's leave the word suspect. We all know the meaning. Now, I want to ask the question, okay? You say you have investigated this case to an extent, okay? You've heard about Wunmi talking about the second nurse, and this question is to Ricardo, right? And this is different from the only nurse police nailed in their preliminary report. Wunmi came out to the public after several months and made us realize that there was actually a second nurse. Okay? But we have been of known, just wait, we have been of known for a single nurse who came around 2:30 by the police and by Wunmi herself. And Wunmi made mention of the second nurse that they have to call the second nurse after they took the body of Mohbad back home. Can you explain your line of thought in that area?
Okay. First, I will tell you that this thing we are just only discussing it, like in the public to lecture ourselves. But the people that will do the work is the family, not us, the public. All we can only do is to make the father or those people investigating the case to work towards that. So my own point is that the name mention of the second nurse, fine. I'm not cutting that out, believe me. Because I'm telling you, I'm not saying Wunmi is the one that killed Mohbad, and I'm still also saying that she might not even be the one. So I'm not blaming anybody. So about the second nurse, right? Fine. They said it in court, but I did not even read it in the CTC that there was a second nurse. I don't think I read, because I've read the CTC, everybody's CTC, and I did not read whether I see there's a second nurse and even with what Wunmi say, I don't want to defend Wunmi, but I just want to psychologically, it might be the nurse that came with the ambulance that took Mohbad, maybe they are taken into the morgue or. And don't. We are just only discussing. This is what I don't like. We are not the one that will make.
You want to keep people in now with laugh.
So you can laugh. I'm not saying you should not laugh, but like.
Because you say that you investigate the case. That you investigate the case from what you gather so far.
I'm not in Nigeria. I just say that like I have, let me just use myself as an example.
Yeah, you guys shouldn't intimidate her. Let her make her point now.
I'm not going to. I just want to ask a very one question. I'm not intimidating her though, honestly speaking.
Rachel, you don't even have to laugh or say anything in between. It's not okay. I mean, you are already putting your
I don't want it to
I thought I was on mute.
If you want to speak, you speak. She's speaking, let her speak. If you have a question, you ask her. Okay? I mean, and then we all have wisdom. We can apply our wisdom and try to sort out things. But I want to ask you this, Bemzin. Can you hear me, Bemzin?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes. I love the fact that, you are even here and we are all engaging in all of this. We all come from different professionalism, and we're not trying to intimidate people by wherever we come from, wherever we are. We're just discussing as concerned citizens or netizens who got interest, who have the interest of this case. There's one audio I want to play to you. I don't know whether you are privileged to it, whether you've listened to it. Listen to this.
Plan everything. Hello, plan everything.
Just wait. Have you listened to this?
Yes, I was also here when
what is your take on this? What is your take on this?
My take on this is that, number one, for my own juices listing, for my own
perspective. You're talking to me, not juices.
Okay, so I don't want juices to engage this. So sorry about that, I'm sorry. So from my own point of view, I'm not talking for anybody, my own. Firstly, with that audio. In my own way that I'm viewing it, I'm thinking maybe they saw what Yomi was doing. We all know that it might be like they want to take back the attention from Yomi. Maybe, I don't know. It might look like that.
You're suspecting that this could be like a makeup, like not the actual.
Yes, like a makeup, like cause the attention. Not everybody can lie. I'm not saying you're.
Because one again, we don't even know this person. We don't know his name. We don't know.
Yes, but
okay. Let's assume that is let's assume that is correct. Okay, let's assume that is correct. You know, we cannot really vote on this. We cannot say for 100% sure or confident level that this is exactly what happened, right? But we're just referencing this and we'll put together other things and see for ourselves whether it answers questions. Now, are you aware of the driver that drove Mohbad to the show?
Yes, that came to the court, the corona.
Yes. The driver said in the corona court, he said when they got home that night, he advised the two couple not to fight. And then he went into his car, he slept in there. So some few hours later, 3 boys ran to his car, okay? Urgently, and they were requesting, they said Mohbad, they were requesting to go buy Mohbad medicines. And he said he didn't have fuel, that they had to go start Mohbad car. They were just in an emergency. They feel that there was a need to get whatsoever. That's the situation at the time would have demanded that they get Mohbad medication. Would you accept? Would you agree to that? It's not something they could have waited till the next morning, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So now, when you put together what this particular guy said, where I became alarmed, right? Let's even say we want to disregard what this guy said. Look at the statement of that driver. If I am a lawyer, okay, to the father of Mohbad, to Mohbad father, that particular testimony, I'm going to capitalize on it. I'll request for further investigation by Nigerian police. Now, what that shows to us is this. Mohbad went to the show, and whatever that happened in the show, whatever that happened, okay, he was able to survive it. They drove him from the show down home, and we were made to believe that the injury he sustained in the show was not that much. He didn't bleed that much. It was just little. So from the show down to his home, they couldn't stop and get him medication. They couldn't stop and get him anything. Why didn't they stop? Probably because the situation from the show, the situation while driving home didn't require him getting medication. If something happens to somebody at a point, I think that particular point there should be a high acceleration. At that level, it should be at its peak and then slowly reduce, right? So he didn't need medication in the show. He didn't need medication while coming home. Why is it that it was after a few hours that they have arrived home that there was necessity to quickly go get him medication? That shows that there's a cause of change of reaction. Right? Would you agree with me that the situation at home was even more delicate than the situation at the show and the situation on the way coming? Would you agree?
Yes, Papa, can I tell you the part that is not like there is like a malicious. I have not only this part, I have like four different parts. Ways and like the investigation that I read from the CTC and what is what we public know. There's 4 places.
Just talk about your knowledge. Don't say investigation because you don't have everything it takes to have the case properly investigated. I mean, we all read these things. Whatever you read, we all read it, right? You don't have any special information that we don't have. Right? Whatever you've read is available in the public. We have read it. Is this something special?
Nothing special.
Yes, it's the same thing. So just reference anything that you've read so that we all can be in the same chapter. Don't say investigation. Reference it.
Okay. Like this driver case that you mentioned is one of the things that I said it's not clear to the public and not clear to me. It might be clear to some people, but it's not clear to me.
Do you understand this is an eyewitness testimony?
Yes, I know. It's a witness. I know. But that's what I'm not.
You do not trust an eyewitness. Do you know an eyewitness testimony is cogent enough to have anybody convicted in a competent court?
Yes, and that's the problem I'm asking Baba Mohbad and these people. Like, there are parts of things that Baba Mohbad...
You should be asking the police that question. Baba Mohbad is not the one.
Even the police, even the lawyers, Shanshitu.
Nobody should abuse Justice, please stop. Just stop that. Okay? Nobody should throw shit at anybody here. I mean, if she has...
I don't care.
I'm talking to you. Let her speak. Please.
I don't care about anybody's free. Everybody has freedom.
But don't even worry. We can handle anything that you want to say that you have investigated.
So what I'm saying is that my own things that if I'm Baba lawyer or I'm part of people that's really looking for justice, and the lawyer
wait. Are you really looking for justice for Mohbad?
Yes, I'm not looking for justice for Wunmi or justice for Baba Mohbad or justice for Yomi Fabi. The real justice.
You're looking for justice for Mohbad, right?
Yes, the real justice. We all
yes,
want
you want to tell me how you address this case as someone looking for true justice.
Okay, thank you. My own way. Everything we read in the I read.
I'm talking about what I just said now about the driver. I mean, don't move out of this conversation.
Okay, about the driver. What I'm saying that there is you've already explained everything I would have explained about the drive from the Ikorodu to the time the driver waits is suspicious. And if the lawyer listening to this at the coroner, there's no way he should not have asked them to bring maybe another witness that was there, which is Wunmi, or who was also in the car with them. I don't know. The driver, Mohbad and Prime Boy, right, was in the car. Or I think there's a third person. Please remind me if I'm making a mistake. In the car that took them from...
About six people.
No, inside the car of Mohbad.
Yes.
I think Wunmi,
let me just listen to you. Okay, the driver is Sabo, Darusha, Prime Boy, Wunmi, Mohbad, the baby and spending.
Okay, so what I'm saying...
We hear something that there is OG. No, but we cannot stand on that because there is no real evidence until we can collaborate that. So that of OG is still maybe or not, so until we can collaborate that.
Okay, what I'm saying is that you've already explained everything because there's nothing to explain. Because you already said my own line of thought too. You said it. So my own thing is that if I'm not saying Baba is not looking for justice, but I don't want anybody to attack me. What I'm saying, if you are looking for a real justice and you are in the corona, which is like question finding, that place we can find anything that will name anybody. And they are not picking out the point.
Fact finding.
Yes, fact finding. Yes, that's what I mean. So, but they are not picking out anything that makes sense to me. The nurse, right? I proved that. Yes, she has to be a suspect also. But my own is not that she can only be the suspect. One, the reason is why the driver, gave us a reason to investigate more about what happened.
Are you glad? Would you be glad if you hear that Wunmi is not even a suspect in this case?
See, anybody, this is what I'm saying. Let me clear myself before Team Wunmi, Team Baba attack me. Let me clear myself from the beginning. From the beginning, let me say this. From the beginning, we all think Wunmi. I personally believe me, believe God and men and my creator. I have 100% suspicious of Wunmi because of the things flying around. But the more I'm looking deeper.
Things like what flying around? What did you hear that make you think that truly Wunmi
what is in the public? You see, let me tell you from the beginning. Like in the beginning, like I'm part of the people that was angry the way they buried Mohbad. Because he was not a Muslim. Why is he buried this next day?
How does that concern Wunmi? I want to know why you think Wunmi is a suspect. Okay. Why do you think Wunmi is a suspect?
Wait, let me tell you. You know, from the beginning, when we are on Instagram, I started this case before I joined TikTok and we start listening to this guy, to everybody talking about justice for Mohbad on Instagram. The narrative there was like, she was the one that said that, yes, they killed him. And when someone, though he did not mention, she did not mention him, that they killed him, come and take your trophy. So I don't know where the
something else.
Yes, I don't know where the narrative came out that Naira Marley or Sam Larry, because nobody mentioned him. That's the problem. But the problem about Naira Marley, Sam Larry is about the bully online. That's another different case. But about what killed Mohbad, nobody tell us. She did not tell us that Sam Larry killed him or Naira Marley. He just said they have killed him. Come and take your trophy. And when that thing was flying around, and everybody was directing in that, Naira Marley kill him. I'm not a fan of Naira Marley, don't get me wrong. So I was like, but wait a minute. How did Naira Marley kill this guy? First, I'm not saying it might not, but like what we have out there, the guy is not in the country. I cannot say it can't be a self-planned work, but the first narrative out there was Naira Marley killed the guy. That's the first narrative. So when I said I saw,
and don't forget they were playing video of Mohbad say, if anything happened to me, hold Naira Marley.
Yes. I know. That's why I said I'm not cancel. I do not say that Naira Marley does not have to be punished for the bully or the NDLA, whatever. I'm not saying that. I'm not canceling him out of anything. But I'm canceling Naira Marley because the narrative out there was he killed the guy, and even the Yabo Ojo did not even say Naira Marley killed the guy. Because I was trying to...
You're exonerating Naira Marley, right?
I'm not exonerating him on killing Mohbad. I'm only exonerating him about what we have there in public, because we don't really know what killed Mohbad. But what we have out in public, I'm exonerating him. But I don't know, it might be tomorrow, and something might come up, and it might be the one that killed Mohbad. We never support what we have in the...
Yeah, let me tell you this, okay? And I also want Ricardo to listen. Maybe Ricardo can support you at this point, all right? Because these are the things that we continue to make people. I know your point is very germane, all right? If anybody has headache, has problems, go to the hospital. That's the best place to address it. Not in the street, not shouting. There are places that are meant to resolve issues. So you are also trying to call for people to do the right thing, okay? Expecting the lawyer of the family, when they were given the opportunity in court, to listen to the testimony of the different persons, to have put the right questions out there, to have make sure they do the needful, right? So that all of this suspicion here and there could have been put to rest. That's what you guys are demanding for, okay? Instead of people just coming out saying different things. That's correct. But also, as citizens who care about the ethics and good living standard of our society, we are suspecting a lot of intent to conspire to impede justice in this case, right? And we are also suspecting that the lawyers representing the father is compromised. They've worked with several lawyers. This is not the first, second, or so, right? Maybe I think the third or fourth lawyer. And there's a lot of compromisation in this case. And the better thing that we can do is to continue to create an alarm. Ricardo, I don't know whether you can hear me. Can you hear me, Ricardo? Ricardo, can you hear me?
Yes. I can hear you.
Yeah, the major reason why you will not blame, why you won't blame anybody for suspecting Wunmi and for continuous advocacy in death of Mohbad is one, when you just take two statements, take these two testimony, right, from two eyewitnesses, one the driver, or even take from the driver alone. The driver alone nails Wunmi, right? The driver said that Wunmi and Mohbad were, they were having altercation, and it was very intense. This is a word of mouth, no physical. I think the closest to physical, they tie each other's cloth on the neck, and that cannot kill nobody. Okay, let's be frank. Tying cloth on my neck did not make me die at that point. If I die at that moment when you tie cloth on my neck, you suffocate me. Okay, and that did not cause any injury on Mohbad. That we will say that the nurse came there to treat the injury that will make cause on Mohbad. No, right? The question is what did the nurse came to treat? They said there was an injury in the arm. So